Karen tries her First Amendment right in another country and learns a big lesson.
Excuse me, gentlemen. I hate to interrupt. But
ain't no recording out here. This is private property.
No recording out here. Sir, I'm exercising my First Amendment rights.
You think this America?
This is a
Nah, she gonna get knocked out. Yo, he said you think this America. Pulled his pants up. It's over. This nigga gonna knock her to New Mexico.
Sir, I'm exercising my rights. What more?
I knew
tries
it.
her First
I
Amendment
knew it,
right.
bro. I knew it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if F around and find out was an actual person, this is exactly what it would look like. I repeat, if fuck around and find out was an actual person, this is exactly how I would expect it to be. Ladies and gentlemen, good die back again once again. Let's go ahead and lock in. Shout out to the IPL. You already know what it is. I think once upon a time I covered this video, so I will just consider this a part 2 of my reaction in response to this particular video. As we see, a young lady wants to exercise her First Amendment rights in a country that is not her own, and she found out that this ain't the place to exercise said rights. My man told her specifically, this is private property. You are not allowed to record here. And she had the audacity to have a moment and say, hey, this is my First Amendment right. I can record and do what I want to. And my man said it with the tone of his voice that I've never heard another man in my life say these particular words.
You think this America? You think this America? You think this America?
Oh, you think this is America? And next thing you know, my assumption is he just slapped the camera out of her hand and didn't actually physically cause harm to her. But how the video ends particularly, I do not know. But it brings about a bigger question, bigger cause for concern, and a bigger topic of conversation. Why is it that we feel, not necessarily you or me, but how is it that Americans or Western people overall feel they have the right to instill their American ways on people or in countries that are not their own? You see it happen more often than not. Guys, women getting out of hand, boisterous, loud, because maybe something isn't going their way, right? They've gotten so coddled or babied or catered to in the West, and every time you cry, you get your way, or every time you believe, you have a right to something, you get your way, and you feel like you can take that energy to a place that is not your own. Why is it that these people have come to the point in their life we're in? It's America or nothing. It's the West or nothing, and y'all gonna follow how we do things because that's where we're from, and it's the greatest country on earth, right? Whatever it may be. Whatever your energy is, or whatever the reason you feel a sense of entitlement to act the way that some of these people do in other countries is baffling to me. But whatever you feel that way, you just try to exert yourself onto others. Now, I've been able to comfortably live in a country that is not my own for many, many years. I have traveled to other countries that are not my own and been able to get around relatively well without any consequence or any issues. Mainly, the reason that is because I keep my head down and I don't bother other people and people don't bother me. But at the same time, you see what happens or what could potentially happen if you go out there and you start fucking with people or you start bothering people. This woman found out that her rights don't mean shit, right? In foreign countries. This man had to put her in her place. And rightfully so. He put this young lady in her place. And yes, for most of us who see this video, it is laughable. And I'm gonna tell you like I see it, I think she deserved it, right? You thinking that you good in the hood, literally. And somebody told you, baby girl, put that camera away. This ain't what you want, and this private property, even though they weren't really doing anything, it wasn't anything illegal. It was just my man trying to live his best life. You see what happens. And when it happens, you see what happens as a result of said consequence. You want to fuck around and you're going to find out that we don't play that over here, right? You are an American, wherever she was at. I don't know what country she was in, but them gentlemen had to put it in a place where she understood that this ain't gonna fly over here. And I do believe more countries need to do that to more foreigners. Call it for what it is. You need to put them people in a place and let them know this ain't what you want and this ain't what you about to get away with over here. I wish that they would probably do that in the United States more often than not, but I feel like because they were able to get away with it so much in the United States, the psychology lets them believe that they can go anywhere in said world and still continue to get away with it. Shit can't fly, man. It cannot fly. I've seen situations in the Philippines myself personally. Nothing to that extent, but more so to the extent of guys going into places like Starbucks and the order may be wrong and they felt a way about the order being wrong, so they go out of their way to cause a scene, right? I often try my best to advise against it to all of my foreigners who travel, but again, I don't know your energy, I don't know who you are as an individual, and all I can do is just make a broad statement and say, hey man, just act right, and I promise you your time in said country will be okay. It doesn't matter where you go. But at the same time, acting right to them may mean something completely different. And for me, when I saw this video, I had to laugh. I'm sorry. I got a kick out of it. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, because it served you right, boo. It served you right. Again, if my man did hit her, and I don't believe he did, and I pray he didn't, of course, I'm not one to sit there and promote violence against women or violence against anybody. But at the same time, if you were warned not to do something, and you felt the right to still do it, guess what? Who am I to stand between you and the consequences that you so rightfully deserve? That's my time, effort, and energy, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to rock this one out any longer. If you like this video, you already know what to do. Share, like, comment, and subscribe. It's been a good time, man. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.